Ensue. Ensue means to follow in sequence or to follow in a particular order. It means to happen after another event. Means one event is happening after another event. Means like one day after another. 1 year happening after another year. So it is in a sequence. Or to follow as a consequence means as a result of something. To happen as a result of another event. One event happened and it resulted to another event. In that case, we also use ensue. So ensuing means it is an adjective and it means subsequent, coming after, as a consequence or in a sequence. So, as the days ensued, he recovered his strength. Means, as the days followed in sequence, as the day passed, he started to recover. Okay. Then no man will be able to avert the consequences that must ensue. Means, uh, uh, if this happens, then no man will be able to avert. Means no man will be able to prevent the consequence that must ensue. Means that is going to follow. Some kind of consequence is going to follow, and no one can prevent that consequence. Okay, the next is an argument ensued from a comment I made that I thought was constructive criticism. Means what I thought was, uh, sorry, what I made was a comment, and I thought that my comment was some kind of constructive criticism, but it ensued into means it resulted into an argument. Okay, so an argument ensued from means resulted from a comment I made that I thought was constructive criticism. A very serious problem ensued from the event of the day. Means a very serious problem ensued from means resulted from the events of the day. The ensuing response to his appeal was very satisfying. Means the response which was which was in sequence means it was coming after. So uh, the ensuing response means the response which came after his appeal was very satisfying. The ensuing guidelines after second wave instructs citizens to wear mask in public place. Means the guideline that came after the second wave. The economic slowdown that ensued from pandemic may take years to recover. Again, the economic slowdown that followed from the pandemic, that came after pandemic. The panic that ensued from the false news report means the panic that resulted from the false news report. In the ensuing violence, more than 1,000 people were injured. Means the violence that followed a particular event. In that violence, more than 1,000 people were injured. On the 4th of December in the ensuing year, we will be in Nepal. Means in the subsequent year, on 4th of December, we will be in Nepal. Second word is avert. Avert means to turn away one's eye or thought or to turn aside. It also means to prevent an undesirable occurrence or to prevent something from harming. So, it examples. So, he averted an accident by turning his car sharply. Means he prevented an accident by turning his car sharply. Talks failed to avert the farmer strike. Means the talks failed to prevent from occurring the farmer strike. So here avert means prevent. They did everything to avert the evil. Means they did everything to prevent from harming the evil. They kept his eyes averted from the whole argument. So he kept his eyes averted means he kept his eyes turned off from the whole argument. She averted her eyes from the dead animals. She turned aside, she turned off her eyes from the dead animal. आँख मूंद लेना. Now, third is indoctrinate. Indoctrinate means to teach a person or a group to accept a set of belief uncritically. Uncritically means you are not allowed to critically analyze what kind of belief it is. It is right belief or wrong belief. You just have to accept it. That's it. You don't have to think about it. Is it right or wrong? So indoctrinate means किसी के दिमाग में ज़बरदस्ती कोई बिलीफ को बिठा देना और वो बिलीफ को अंधविश्वास के रूप में वो ले ले. So it is to teach to accept a set of belief uncritically. Indoctrination means a noun, the process of teaching a person or a group to accept a set of belief uncritically. So indoctrination means the process of teaching. Now we'll see the usage. I would never subject children to religious indoctrination. Means I will not allow my children to accept these religious belief uncritically. They had been indoctrinated from an early age with their parents' belief. Means they have been indoctrinated with their parents' belief, not a religious belief here, but the parents' belief. The aim of religious education in this school is not to indoctrinate children into any one religious faith. Means the aim of this school is not to indoctrinate children. Uh, means it is trying to say that the aim of this school is very democratic and it is not stuck to a particular religion, but they teach all types of religion, all aspect of different religions. Okay, so they are actually allowing to critically analyze or openly think about the belief, and it is and the part of thinking is done by the children themselves. The adoption of extreme beliefs and norms fueled by tragedy is enhanced by the indoctrination process operated by an extreme organization. The radio broadcasting was a vehicle for indoctrinating the masses. Now, fourth one is hideous. Hideous means ugly, croup, something that is repulsive to your eyes. Okay, or it may also be used for something which is morally offensive. Means ginona, detestable, or it can also be used for if something is causing great harm or it is inducing fear. Means terrible, horrible, bhayanak, hideous, bhayanak. A hideous disease means bhayanak bimari, a hideous disease. Hideous act of torture means a morally offensive act of torture, ghinona torture. She saw a hideous face at the window and screamed. Means she saw a horrible face. Means some kind of fear installed in her mind. Her family was subjected to hideous attack by the gang. Means morally offensive attack. Means it was बहुत घिनौना attack. A series of hideous roars. Roars means garajna, like lion roars. So a hideous roar means horrible roars, terrible roars. Who is the perpetrator of this hideous crime? Means who is the perpetrators of this detestable crime? इस घिनौने क्राइम का अपराधी कौन है? It's been a perfectly hideous day. Means it was a terrible day, it was a horrible day. A hideous person means either he is ugly or he is a terrible person. terrible by behavior, you can say, or something which is repulsive to your sight. Implacable. Implacable is an adjective and it has two meanings. Okay. It is used to describe a strong negative opinions or feelings that cannot be changed. So something, some opinion that can't be changed, or some feeling that can't be changed. In that case, we can use implacable. Implacable hatred means the hatred can't be changed. It is so stubborn. It is inflexible. It can't be changed. Or it can be used for a person who is unwilling to stop opposing somebody or something. Not means not be able to satisfy or not be able to won over. आप उस पर विजय नहीं प्राप्त कर सकते. The threat of invasion by a ruthless and implacable enemy means enemy difficult to won over. You can't won over. आप उससे विजय नहीं प्राप्त कर सकते. Her dreams were crushed by implacable impossibility means implacable impossibility. Impossibility means asambhavnaएं. Implacable means it makes it more intense, means almost impossibility, impossible impossibility. Okay, implacable impossibility means the impossibility on which you can't won over. आप उस impossibility पे विजय नहीं प्राप्त कर सकते. So that intensity of impossibility it is. So her dreams were crushed by implacable impossibility. Implacable suspicion. Implacable hatred, as I told earlier. And implacable defiance. Defiance means opposite of compliance. If somebody comply means somebody is following your order. He is complying your orders. Or opposite of compliance is disobedience. So defiance means disobedience, bold disobedience. नहीं मानना है बात को, withdraw करना, disobedience. So an implacable defiance, an implacable security response is an imperative of any counter-terrorism strategy. Implacable security response means a security response which can't be won over. ऐसा security response जिसको आप तोड़ नहीं सकते, जिस पर आप विजय नहीं प्राप्त कर सकते. So an implacable security response is an imperative. Imperative means very vital, very crucial, very important. Is an imperative of any counter-terrorism strategy. After partition, two new countries were locked in implacable mutual hostility. Means hostility which can't be changed, hatred which can't be changed, some feeling, some emotion which can't be changed. So here the mutual hostility can't be changed between India and Pakistan. Tipu means Tipu Sultan. Tipu remained an implacable enemy of British East India Company. Implacable enemy means enemy on which you can't won over. I am implacable enemy of communist. This was said by B.R. Ambedkar. An implacable opponent. It can be used with opponent also. Means opponent is so strong that it is very difficult to get a win against him.